Hello everybody, this is Tim from Boatshed Yacht Brokers, welcoming you on board this Fisher Freeward 25 for a good look around her interior and cockpit in virtual reality. So what does that mean to you? Well, we hope that that gives you an idea of what it's like to be on this boat without actually being here. All you need to do is click and drag your screen or swipe your screen to look around and about whenever you like, wherever you like. You don't have to look where I'm looking. And we hope that this really great feature will give you that feeling about how the space flows and what it's like to actually be here. Now, I will move the camera around, and some people are a bit sensitive to the camera movement, so when I'm going to move it, I will let you know so you can avert your eyes. And when the camera's safely back down again, I will let you know and you can return to me and we can continue the tour together, but let's hope that doesn't happen. So, here we are on board this Fisher Freeward 25 and I'm sitting in the cockpit, and how do I feel? Well, I feel that it's a really nice space. I mean, look at the size of this cockpit for a 25-foot boat. There's room here for two either side, and perhaps the helm to sit there as well. We've got really high coamings here, so I'm feeling really nice and safe. We've got the spray hood coming over as well, so we've got shelter too, and we've got a really lovely companionway with step that goes down into the saloon there with handles either side, and it just feels really nice and easy to get in and out of. Very nice indeed. This particular boat, she's been sitting here for a while, so we have a bit of lichen growth, and you'll see that around the upper deck. She could do with a bit of a blast and a bit of a polish, but she's a very solid fisher underneath. Other things to note down here, well, we've got the helm steering here. We've got the nice big lazarette locker here too. The camera's sitting on a big cockpit locker on the starboard side, so underneath there we've got the gas locker and stowage for all sorts of other bits and pieces. And then on the port side here again, we've got another nice big locker there for all your sheets, etc, etc. A bit further down, you may not be able to see it where you are. We've got the engine throttle here, we've got the engine stop here as well. That's nice and handy, although it is a little bit susceptible to being kicked, I think, so I may change that. But we've also got access down underneath the cockpit sole down to the reverse or the stern of the engine, the gearbox, the shafting, the bilge, the water inlet valves, etc, etc. So all in all, for a little ship of this size, there's a lot going on in this cockpit. Instrumentation wise, we've got speed, we've got wind indication, we've got depth, etc. We've got the compass, and we've got the plotter, which is just, or the GPS, which is just around the corner here and swings out. We've got the shore supply incomer here as well, so the batteries are charging. All the little things you think of on a bigger boat seem to be on this boat. Not only that, we've got the lines coming aft, so we've got the halyards, port and starboard, and we've also got the brakes to control those as well. So most jobs could be done from within the cockpit, which I think is lovely, because this boat could really suit somebody sailing short-handed or even on their own, I think. But yeah, really, really nice. So let's pick the camera up and we'll take you for a stroll down below to see what you think. So where shall I put you? What I'll do is I'll put you there on the edge of the galley, so you can imagine what it's like to be cooking the bacon sandwiches or doing the washing up. I know which one I'd be doing, both. But anyway, as we came down here, first thing, let's do the all-important height test. So I'm 5'9", and look, between me and the saloon table here, there's 3 or 4 inches, but between me and the deck head down here, there's about a foot. So this is a very, very high coach roof. We've got very, very big windows in it all the way around, so you've got great visibility, loads of light flooding in, loads of headroom as well. So it feels like you've got a really, really nice big boat down here, although it's just 25 feet. The headlining all looks nice too, all feels quite nice down here. You can tell she's used, but she doesn't feel like she's been used hard, and we've got curtains all around too, which is great. The saloon table is stowed up here out of the way, so it's just a case of undoing this and down it comes, but I'll leave it up there for now. And so that swings down here, and you've got a nice table there for 2 or 3 people to eat from, no problem. And if we let's start in the starboard aft corner, shall we? So over there we've got the pilot berth, which you'll be able to see in the other video. It looks like a long, wide, full-length berth with a sliding out chart table. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick you up. Bear with me. I'll put you down on the companionway there so you can see, so the camera's safe. Nice long, wide berth here with batteries underneath, battery isolator there too. Note the dehumidifier, always a sign of a caring owner. We've got a nice chart table here that slides out. There we go. So now you can do chart work. We've got a lid so you can put your charts inside there too. And when you don't want it, it's out of the way. And when you do want it, it's just by the companionway. Very nice thought indeed. Like it. We have the electric panels. VHF radio, we've got fitted 240-volt sockets there, really nice, really handy, and the camera itself is sitting on the companionway, which is formed from a one-piece GRP structure, which is really nice and solid, no wood falling apart, though I would say it's quite heavy, so if you're at sea on your own you'd have to be careful when you're opening it for those hourly engine checks. The floor I'm standing on, look at it, it looks lovely. I don't know how old it is, but it looks almost unmarked to me, so that really makes it feel lovely down here too. Right, I'm going to take you back to the galley now, so camera's going up. I'll place you back by the sink and take a look round from there. So I'll shift out of the way. On the port side, L-shaped sofa, plenty wide enough for one. This doesn't have an infill, I don't believe. I don't think the table comes down to fill in. We have storage underneath, and we have storage behind, and we have shelves behind as well. So lots of storage on this boat. She's been well thought out. Very nice indeed. Underneath the camera, we've got a cupboard here, which you probably won't be able to see if I open the door, but lots of room for cooking pots and cans of beans, etc. A small aperture underneath the cooker, and the cooker itself looks, I'm sure this isn't the original, because it looks really nice and clean. We've got the cooker underneath, it looks like we have a grill and 2 burners there too. The camera's by the galley sink, and we've got some stowage room here, a little bit of work surface behind, and we've got stowage behind where you can see those plates. There's a small cupboard behind there as well, I believe, or perhaps a cool box. And the cooker is of course gimbaled for use at sea. So very nice and easy to make the cups of tea and pass them to the skipper. Very nice and easy for the skipper to drink the cups of tea and pass them down to the person in the galley to wash them up again. So yeah, really well thought out, but it is quite a nice practical space. Like it a lot. So let's pick the camera up, and I'm going to keep hold of the camera, so bear with me for one moment, because I just want to close this door to the forward cabin, and I'll open this door here, and you can get an idea of the amount of space on this boat is incredible. So there we go, we've got a nice big hanging locker there with a hanging rail for all your fowlies or life jackets, etc., and a shelf on top as well. How they've managed to squeeze that in, I don't know, but they have, which is lovely. And before we go into the forward cabin, I'll just open the heads door while I'm still holding you, and there we go into the heads. You can see we've got a small sink on the outboard side, we have an opening porthole, mirror and a manual toilet. Everything that you need in a head, really, to be honest, so all good, and even a towel rail there for your delectation. But let's open the door to the forward cabin, and I'll take you through, and I'll put you down this time. So there we go, camera safely down if you're feeling sensitive, and move back. So as you can see, as I've moved back, my shoulders, I have to hunch in a bit to get in here, or go sideways, but once you're through, you've got a really nice sized cabin here. I mean, I'm 5'8", and I'm just stooping underneath the hatch there. You've got great sized beds here. There's no infill for the middle, I don't believe, but underneath each cushion there is stowage. Outboard, both berths, there is stowage there. The headlining looks good. This stuff here looks good. I think there's a little bit of headlining there that just needs screwing on, but that doesn't look like too much trouble to me. And generally feels like a nice place where you can spend time, and all the upholstery on this boat seems to be nice too. So yeah, really rather good. So let's pick you up again. I'll take you back to the saloon, and I'll place you back on the engine casing actually, because I think you had quite a nice view there. And I'll just sum up about this boat. So she's a Fisher Freeward 25, and you've seen we've got a really nice sized cockpit, nice and deep feeling, with the spray hood over and high coamings around the side as well, so good for that rough sea if you're single-handed, etc, etc. Nice companionway down here, really nice and heavily made. We've got the pilot berth on the starboard side with the chart table that slides out, and the radio straight through to the linear galley where we've got a sink and a gimbaled cooker here as well. Nice easy access to the companionway for that. On the starboard side here we've got the hanging locker, and then through to the twin single berth forward cabin. Lots of room, good headroom for a boat of this size. And lots of stowage underneath. We've got the heads compartment on the other side of this bulkhead with everything that it should say do on the tin. And then moving around and finishing off on the port side here, we've got the really nice L-shaped dinette, stowage beneath all the way around, and stowage outboard, ably assisted by this saloon table that comes down and gives you a table there too. All finished off by a lovely great big window, so as I'm standing here I can see out of the boat really well. None of this cave thing with windows up there in some boats. Feels like a great space, and that does add to the feeling of size down here. So, hope you enjoyed the tour of this Fisher Freeward 25 in virtual reality. Do keep an eye out on us for more virtual reality video viewings. Take care, thanks for watching.